All right, I'm inside the Buffalo Bill Cultural Center, Oakley, Kansas. And here is a interesting Buffalo Bills Wild West. This is the part of Kansas right over here where this is located, and it gives you kind of a history, gives you the view of different trails and routes. So you had the Butterfield stage route that came through this part of Kansas that would be eventually replaced by the Pony Express route. And also that was the Oregon Trail, the same path of the Oregon Trail that came through this part of Kansas over by Fort Riley on the other side. And you would have the Western Cattle Trail, the Great Western Cattle Trail that came through here, the Chisholm Trail on this side that went all the way up to Abilene. This is an interesting map that depicts the various trails that were through Kansas and in this part, and of course the Santa Fe Trail. So there's a lot of history that takes place and occurred through these trails, and because of these trails would bring an end to the Buffalo, the coming of the railroad, the Kansas Pacific, and also would bring the end to the Plains Indians lifestyle. And so this is an interesting depiction of a lot of these trails that is through this area and through the United States. And so it would be really the coming of the railroad that would eliminate the mass herds of buffalo. And so this is a key. Here's the key to the map. It's a lot of history, a lot of information on it, but the glass gives a glare, so it's kind of hard to see everything. But then coming into the Cultural Center, you'll see Fred, the American bison. That's cool. You get to see the buffalo up close and personal. There's a old hunting musket rifle up on top, so you can see his eyeball. Get a good look at Fred looking and his hooves. And then they have a lot of information displays, and the glare is hard to read, but you can see the different displays, information they have of, but it's hard to read in the video, I'm sure, because of the glare. And then you have the Western Trail. And there's a longhorn up on top there. That's a nice Annie before. This is in Oakley, Kansas. Here's the outside on this hill is the bronze statue. They have information about it, and it's standing 16 feet tall and weighing 9,000 pounds. The bronze is one of the largest of its kind anywhere in the world. And so that's that bronze statue out there on the hill. And Buffalo Bill Cody is buried in Golden, Colorado on Lookout Mountain. Here's a little flyer that tells about his grave, where he's buried at. And so here you have displays of different fossils. And it's interesting because Buffalo Bill Cody was a scout for some scientists. Not only was he a buffalo hunter, he was a scout for some scientists at one time, looking for the bones that the Pawnee were supposed to know about and told about, these bones of giant men. And he never could locate them. And I don't remember all the details in the autobiography, but this is a nice painting of Sheridan, Wyoming, the end of the track. And Sheridan, Wyoming was known at one time as the wickedest town in the West. They have a nice gift shop here. It has some interesting books to read. And then over here they have this wall mural that gives a lot of depictions of famous people in Kansas, historical events and happenings. But this is an interesting mural. I spend some time looking at this. Different sites and so forth here in this cultural center. And then over here they have this marker that's off of Highway 32 south of here, of the Butterfield stage that came through Overland Dispatch route. And it only lasted for a year, and it would come to an end because of the Pony Express. And then there's a flyer about the Butterfield Trail. But also that comes through Kansas, and I'll come over here and see if I can get this. So in this part of Kansas, coming back to this map, on this, coming through this area is the present day American Discovery Trail, hiking trail. And it will come over this way about Fort Hays, and it cuts down and follows close to the old route of the Santa Fe Trail. And then when it comes into Colorado, it splits and it goes all the way to the coast. The American Discovery Trail today goes all the way to, starts from Washington, D.C. and goes all the way to San Francisco. So this is the cultural center of Buffalo Bill Cody. And this is the buffalo. It's really cool, this buffalo that's in here.